In the folklore of Kerala, there is a legendary family known as the Parayi Petta Panthirukulam, 12 children born to a single couple who grew up to become carpenters, madmen, and scholars, representing an egalitarian ideal in the ancient world. Yet this legacy of social equality began with its exact opposite, a man named Vararuchi. Vararuchi was one of the Navaratnas, the 9 brilliant gems of King Vikramaditya's court. He had mastered the Vedas and the sciences, carrying an absolute belief that his supreme intellect made him untouchable by fate. When a human mind believes it can outcalculate the universe, it invites a very specific kind of cosmic irony. One day, a divine voice, an asharidi, echoed from the heavens. Vararuchi, the supreme Brahmin scholar, was destined to marry a girl from the marginalized Paraya caste. The prophecy shattered his ego. Instead of accepting his lot, Vararuchi treated divine will as a simple equation he could engineer his way out of. He tracked down the newborn Paraya girl, placing the sleeping infant on a raft cut from a banana stem. Then he drove a lit wooden torch into the wood right next to her head. He shoved the fragile raft into the raging currents, certain the water would finish what he started. Watching the current carry the child into the darkness, Vararuchi walked away, believing his calculated cruelty had successfully canceled his destiny. But the river did not act as his executioner. Miles downstream, the turbulent waters eased, delivering the raft to a calm shore. A childless Brahmin couple found the infant. Blind to her origins, they interpreted her arrival as a divine gift. They named her Panchami. Raised in a loving home, she grew into a young woman with a quiet, practical brilliance that rivaled any formal scholar. The river Vararuchi used as a weapon of execution had become the vehicle that protected and nurtured his prophecy. Years later, an exhausted Vararuchi arrived at a home seeking rest, unaware he was standing at Panchami's door. His intellectual arrogance flared once again. Before he would agree to eat, he issued a haughty, impossible demand to his hosts. He required them to prepare exactly 100 curries, using only a single coconut rib. Vararuchi had set an intellectual trap, intending to humiliate the rural Brahmins and assert his undisputed superiority. Panchami instantly decoded the riddle. She headed to the kitchen to execute a perfect countermove. According to ancient Ayurvedic texts, the digestive and nutritional equivalent of 100 separate dishes is 1 serving of ginger. Within minutes, she served him a single bowl of ginger curry. Stunned by this display of pure genius, Vararuchi immediately demanded to marry her, believing he had secured a brilliant Brahmin bride. Vararuchi believed his supreme intellect had won him the perfect wife, blind to the fact that he had walked willingly into destiny's trap. The night of their wedding arrived. For Vararuchi, this moment was the ultimate proof that he had triumphed over fate. As he gently combed Panchami's hair, the wooden teeth parted the locks, uncovering a massive, jagged burn scar hidden on her scalp. He immediately connected the scar to the lit torch he had placed on the baby years ago. This was the Paraya baby. His desperate actions to stop the prophecy were the exact steps required to fulfill it. Human intellect and arrogance, no matter how fast, are defenseless against the architecture of fate. Vararuchi surrendered. He shed his arrogance and his royal titles, accepting Panchami as his absolute equal. They left society behind for the Mahaprayanam, a continuous journey along the banks of the Bharatapuja River. This surrender to destiny set the foundation for a shift in Kerala's social history. On this journey, Panchami is about to give birth to their first child, but cosmic rules dictate they must abandon him immediately. Who will find this abandoned child? And how will the birth of Mejatol Agnihotri spark a social revolution in Kerala?